All right, y'all. Happy Monday. By show of hands, or drop a yes in the chat, who here has an Instagram? Wonderful. Everyone has an Instagram. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, Krista's dog. All right, so Ed Stulak, for those of you that know Ed.
Hi.
Hi. Hi, Ed.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
Incredible. It's a beautiful day.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ed and I got to spend some time together last week in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. So that was just such a treat. I feel so grateful. I'm actually not being sarcastic. I did have a good time with Ed. But Ed spoke at Real Estate Video Blueprint, and he talked a little bit about Instagram and some of the ways he has grown a following, not only with other realtors, but also in his local community. And so for those of you that were at Video Blueprint, you may have heard this already, but it's always good to get notes because I can almost guarantee you're probably not implementing in the way that you should, right? But he is here to kind of recap his video lab at Video Blueprint, similar to Matt Petullo's blue lights behind him and also his blue bubbles now in his text messages. So Ed, if you want to go ahead and kick off and talk a little bit about IG, we can kind of riff for a little bit and then take some questions from our friends that are on
Roger that. Thanks, Katie. Thanks, Real Academy. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I see that we're from all over the country. I see Amber, Hawaii, and all the way to East Coast to, well, Chad and the rest of the gang. So what's up, guys? I'm stoked to talk about this because I talk about it a lot, but I don't think it's something that resonates with everyone truly. And I mean, Katie, starting off with the most basic question, which is, are you on Instagram? Which I think majority of us raised our hands. We said yes. But if I were to ask now, are you taking advantage of Instagram or is it taking advantage of you? I'm curious what the answers would be, right? I'll be fully transparent. Instagram completely took over me this morning. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I didn't go to bed until 5:30 because I just could not stop scrolling on Reels. It was a lot. So yeah, Instagram is going to do that to you sometimes. TikTok, right. Yes, Jason Cassidy. What's up, brother? It's going to take advantage of you sometimes, but it's okay. You let it. And the reason why I allowed that is because I was studying as to what the new content was being created by other influencers, other content creators, other industries. I was really just trying to see what is going on, what's trending. So yes, though Instagram really took over my attention this morning, I still try to utilize it for the best. That is learning what's going on. What are people creating today? That was actually one of the subjects that we discussed over this past weekend, Katie, in Philly, right? Pip and the gang, they were talking about like what is actually working. You were on that panel, right? Like what is the current content that's working? Is it the talking head videos? Is it going to be, I don't know, let's say the voiceover, the funny music, the dancing, like what is the trending stuff today? Like, though that's all important to utilize, I want to really tie in what I discussed at Video Blueprint now, because the most important thing is how to take advantage of this whole thing that Instagram gives us. So let me dive in.
So I think as you're kind of getting started on that, I think a lot of people are very concerned about follower count, right? And they're like, oh, well, I only have 300 followers, or I only have 30 followers, or I only have 3,000 followers, or whatever the number may be, right? And so what Ed's going to dig into today is I think what's important to better connect with the followers that you have, right? And then as we dig into it more, also connect in your local market. So I think those are two things: better connect with the followers you have, and then better connect in your local market.
Absolutely. So, and I will even show you a prime example. I'm not going to be a guy that just teaches you theory. I'm going to do it with you. Okay. So, but you got to follow my steps. It's a 5-step process that I call follow farming. If you don't know what it is, this is your first time hearing it, pay attention and welcome. This is one of my favorite methods to actually generating business through Instagram. So for the naysayers here that are like, oh, Instagram doesn't work, give me a second. All right. Let me convince you otherwise. Follow farming. Follow farming is a concept that I've essentially, I don't want to say I created it. It's recreating something that already does work in the real estate world. Show of hands, those that have cameras on, who farms? 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. All right, cool. Bob says, no, I just make funny rap videos. Got it. So, but those that do farm, farming is the same concept of sending out mailers, sending out postcards, door knocking, Popeyes. You're farming, you're planting seeds. Who's to say it has to be any different online, on Instagram, particularly, okay, in this scenario? Same concept, door knocking, sending out mailers, but digitally. And let me explain. The follow farming method, 5-step process. Step 1, all right? Take your notes, do this with me however you wish, all right? But we're going to do it together, all right? So I am going to put down my screen so you can actually see the stuff that I do, all right? Step 1, we're going to go to Instagram. Easy, right? Simple. We're going to go onto the search engine of Instagram. Do we use search engine? Do we neglect it? I know a lot of us do. We might do it just to connect with each other, right? For example, I might want to go ahead and connect with you, Heather, right? Let's say you're in Georgetown, Texas, I see. All right, cool. So I might want to go ahead and follow you on Instagram. So I'll say, hey, there, well, what's your username? And that's where we'll use the search engine. But that's where our creativity stops. We only use it to really connect with each other. But think about connecting with others now in your area. So proceeding with step 1, you're going to go into the search engine and you're going to search the town that you actually want to sell business in. What might that be? Well, Heather, I'm going to assume Georgetown, Texas, right? If that's the case, then you want to type in Georgetown, Texas, or Georgetown TX, or whatever that might be, or maybe some towns around, okay? For me in particular, I'm going to search in an area that I want to sell real estate in. I want to connect with buyers, sellers, local business owners, whatever that might be, okay? So I'm going to type in my town, which is Somerville, New Jersey. Next up, you're going to go to the tags, the hashtags, all right? These are very simple steps. If I'm losing you, please tell me, Ed, slow down, all right? Text it if you gotta. But moving on, Somerville, NJ, okay? On my particular hashtag, it tells me that there are 91.8 thousand people that have used this hashtag. So I'm going to click on it. All right. I'm going to click on the hashtag, not the location, not anything else, but a hashtag. Now, you get 3 different options. It's going to ask me if I'm looking to connect with the top posts, the most recent posts, or reels. Okay. What I want you to do is select the recent. You don't want to really be engaging with the top posts necessarily. Top post means that someone has reached 5,000 likes, and that's one of the top trending posts for that specific hashtag. Not someone you want to connect with in this method that I'm going to teach you, okay? Reels, don't focus on reels just yet. Let's just stick on this particular topic here, which is the recent. And I want you to connect with the people that recently used that hashtag. Again, very simple steps so far. But reason why I want you to click recent, because recent tells you a few things. Number 1, they recently posted that hashtag. Okay. And number 2, they are an active account. They are probably using that account. They're probably posting. They're probably engaging. They are considered active. This is not someone that posted last in March of 2016. Okay. So you want to connect with people where your conversion rate might be quite high in this case. So you click on recent, all right? Now, when you click on recent, you're going to get a bunch of different photos that pop up, videos, businesses, people, whatever that is, all right? Next, I want you to judge. I want you to be a little judgmental in this case, okay? What I mean by that is if you see, I don't know, let's say a teenager playing video games, that's not someone you want to engage with, okay? Move on to the next person, which might be a little bit more of your avatar, maybe like a parent, maybe a business owner, maybe it's a family person, right, with their kids and their pets, right? That's a person that you might want to engage with. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this random person right here. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to click on her. She seems like the girl, I guess, 2 kids in the back. She posted 1 day ago. Okay. She posted 1 day ago. Next step, I'm going to check out her Instagram. I'm going to see who this person is. I'm about to go and engage. I want to make sure that this is someone that I actually want to engage with. All right. So I'm going to click on the account. And what do you know? The account, they are located in Somerville, New Jersey. No way. You don't say. All right. So now this is someone that I actually want to engage with. Are we still on track? Are we everyone paying attention, or did Instagram take advantage of you yet? No, you're still you're good. All right, cool. All right. So this account is a creative agency. Their bio states that they are award-winning full-service marketing agency. We help you tell your story like it's important, because it is. Cool. I like it. Creative agency out here in Somerville. So if you, Heather, find an account, for example, in Georgetown, Texas, that you feel like you want to engage with and potentially build a relationship with, right? I want you to go and do the next step. The next step is engaging with this account. And by engagement, I mean liking 5 of their posts and commenting on 1. Like 5, comment 1. There's a reason why I do this. There's no specific algorithmic reason to it. It's just more so of a logical, psychological reason. If I, for example, I'm going to pick on Alyssa. Hi, Alyssa. I like your bun. If I engage with you, that is something that I'm going to want to catch your attention on. So if I just comment once and I say, nice pic, or I like one of your pictures, maybe you might notice it, but more than likely you probably won't. But for example, if I like 5 of your posts, right, you're going to get notified 5 times. You're going to see 5 times of my account. And on top of that, a comment. So now I'm going to comment on one of your pictures, but also, this is one thing I mentioned in the video blueprint, is when you do comment, make sure to leave an emoji. Okay. It's one language that we all speak. Katie, we're going to say something?
No.
Oh, okay. Getting prepared. All right, cool. Emoji is another language that we all speak. So if you throw that in towards the end of the comment, people will relate to it. How many of us have received text messages that have been just quite awfully deceiving, and they are not meant to be received in that sense, right? I could say, hey, or I could say, hey, right? They're so different in that sense. So just throw an emoji at the end. That's my point, is make it a little bit more personable. So now I'm going to do that. I'm going to like 5 of their posts. I don't know which ones. As you can see, I'm just kind of tapping.
He's not even, this is a bold thing for Ed to be doing right now. He's not even looking at the photos. Ed, who knows what you're even liking right now?
Oh, no, look at this. Look at this talent. It's talent. I don't even know what I tapped on. But now I've commented or liked a few of the posts. Now, let's see this one. All right, this is a cool little video that they got. Some guy in a suit, cool car, and it's some video that they posted. So I'm going to comment and say, oh, I love this concept, and especially the suit. I'm a suit guy. I'm not in a suit today, so pardon me. But especially the suit. Okay. Next. Now that I've commented, now that I've liked, if applicable, you're going to go ahead and watch their Instagram story. In this case, they don't have an Instagram story, so I'm not going to watch it. But if they do have a story, watch it real quick. And again, you don't have to actually watch the whole thing. But again, from the psychological aspect, people like to see who's watching their stories. Who's going to admit that? Who watches their stories? Like, oh, I'm curious who's seen my stuff today. All right, cool. Just Matt and Rebecca. Awesome. Everyone else is like, I don't care. All right, cool. Everyone's waving. I care too. I'm curious. I want to see, right? But they're going to do the same thing potentially. So now what you want that person to see is that you like their stuff, you comment on their stuff. Now you're watching their stuff. This is getting weird, right? Like this person is popping up everywhere. So now with that said, right, Will, you want to make sure that people are saying, who is this Will Friedner guy? I'm so curious. He has a hat. He has Montana in the background. I think that's Montana. I don't know. I could be completely incorrect, but it looks beautiful. Who is this guy liking my stuff? Okay, well, now here's the kicker. Here's step 5. This is where I lose everyone. Do I have everyone's attention? This is where I lose everyone because people start to scratch their head and say, nah, I can't do this part, Ed. This is not me. Sounds weird. Sorry, I'm just going to leave it at step 4 and not utilize what Instagram can truly do. All right, fine. No problem. I'll do it. So step 5, I'm going to send them a DM. Okay. But it's not going to just be a regular text message. It's not going to be an audio message. It's going to be a video message. Do I know what I'm about to say? Not at all. But I'm going to check out their Instagram one more time to make sure I don't mess it up and follow my lead. All right. So these guys are called 3 Summers Creative. They're located in Somerville, New Jersey, and they're a creative agency. This is all I know about these people. Okay. And as you can see, just to prove, I've never messaged them before. They've never messaged me before. I have no idea who they are, but I know that their name is 3 Summers Creative. They're a creative agency in Somerville, New Jersey. Cool. Let's begin. I'm going to actually send a video now to them. Okay. So it's going to go something like this. By the way, I start off all my videos like this, right? Because every time you send a video, right, and you always see that first thumbnail photo, and it's always like, right, and it's always some weird face that you make. Like first video or first thumbnail photo should be of you smiling or maybe waving or a smile. I have no idea. Something nice, okay? All right, back to the video. So 3 Summers Creative. Hey, what's going on, 3 Summers Creative? My name is Ed. I just so happened to stumble upon your Instagram. I was searching hashtag Somerville NJ. You guys popped up. I see you're a creative agency, and I'm a creative guy myself. Listen, from local to local, if there's anything I can ever do, help you guys out, maybe we can do some business together, whatever that might be, reach out to me, and I would be happy to connect. Have a great day. Ciao. Creative. My name is Ed. I just so happened right. Quick little video. I'm going to send it. I sent it. I have no idea what's going to happen. No clue. But it's that approach that now will get their attention for sure, regardless if we do business. But I sent it. Now, again, going back to my point, before I did the video, I said something. I said that I'm going to lose a lot of you. And I probably did. Probably a lot of you are saying, no, I'm good. I'm not going to do that. But it's a weird feeling, right? Now, give me a raise of hands if it's weird, if that's weird. Like, be honest with me for a second. I'll be one of those guys. I'll raise it. All right. All right. Just 3 of us. Everyone else is doing it. This is awesome. Wow. Really good conversion so far. Okay. For those that do think it's weird, I say this thing all the time, and I'm going to say it again just to get your mindset clicking here. All right. You're perceiving that concept to be weird, yet you're okay with going and door knocking on a Sunday morning and intruding in someone's presence while they're in their robe with their coffee, right? You're okay to do that, but you're not okay to send a video message. Think about that for a second before you start to judge this concept. Like, is this really weird? Think about that and then let your mind start to turn. Who else can I connect with? If it's not going to be a hashtag, maybe it's going to be a business. Maybe it's going to be the local bakery that's right down the road. And it just happens to be the owner that manages the social media account. Maybe you connect with them. Maybe the next time you do an open house, you go to their bakery and you get their products, their cupcakes and stuff to prepare for the open house. And now you start to connect. Like, just thoughts. Maybe they have followers on their Instagram account, as Katie said before, maybe 30, 40 followers that you might have, but those are all 30, 40 followers that are local. These are people that you want to be in front of. Yeah. So I'll stop there for a second. If anyone wants to digest and chit chat, thoughts.
I think it's good. I love it.
Who said, oh, Courtney. Awesome, Courtney.
Hey, Court. Yes, thank you. What do you think about that approach? What would you do with that? Is that something you think you would do? Are you uncomfortable doing something like that? What is your thought?
I already do that actually with leads. When I get them, we have a Zillow Flex account. When I can't get them on the phone, that's my second attack, so to speak, is I send them a video, see if they'll bite. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, but what's the harm? What's going to happen? No one's going to slam a door in my face. No one's going to hit me. What's the big deal? You know what's even worse? Not getting a check. That's what's worse.
Ooh.
Courtney, just to unpack what you're saying, you'll search a lead's name on social and see if you can find them on social. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I do a similar thing, but I do it with my Zillow leads. And
okay, so like to their phone number.
Yeah, exactly.
That works
but
too.
The video part of it is usually what people have a hard time with, and I just do it so much, it just isn't scary anymore.
I believe you can look up their socials through Chime. Like Chime will automatically find all of their socials, whatever's connected to that number or email. I was checking the other day, and it'll be like find them on Facebook or whatever, and it'll run the search and pull up everyone.
That's wild. I didn't even know that.
That's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's very cool. Yeah, if you have access to your actual clients, then yeah, connect with them. Might as well. I know, Katie, you mentioned it this past weekend as well. We were on the panel, and you were saying that you have more conversations with some of your clients in the DMs than even text message or email.
Yeah. So, kind of taking this, obviously Ed's doing this and connecting with people in his local market. And as he just sent a message to, another business owner in his neighborhood, as people are finding you on social, right, and messaging you or connecting with you, right, you can send these same videos to them or same messages to them, right, saying, hey, Ed, saw you liked a few of my posts. Thank you so much. See, we're both in the same area. Like if there's anything I can ever do to help you, right? Algorithmically, Ed, obviously in liking, commenting, and doing all the things that you just mentioned, that helps the algorithm. Do you want to explain kind of why?
So my honest answer to that is that I have stepped away from trying to digest and break apart the algorithm. I personally don't go online anymore in today's world. Today, it's May 2023. I've kind of stepped away from the whole algorithm thing. It's kind of messing with everyone's mindsets and content, and I guess just motivation to post anything. People are like, oh, well, I have to post at least once a day on Instagram. I have to post at least 5 times on YouTube. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's overwhelming. I have real estate to sell. So 4 years ago, I would have probably said, guys, if you're going to focus on social media for a second, make sure you're posting 5 times a day on your Instagram story. If you're going to comment anything, make sure you're commenting 3 words or more with an emoji in the comment section. Don't be using more than 3 to 8 hashtags on your Instagram stories your posts, things of that sort. Today, I think this whole algorithmic world has gone down the chute. I don't even know where the algorithms stand anymore. Who feels that with algorithms? Are we still on top of them? Do we want to talk algorithms? Like, do we really dive in?
I guess in its simplest form, though, right? And I saw Jana put it in the chat too. She sends out Sphere videos, happy birthday, CMA day, things like that, via DM as well. If I'm DMing Ed and I send him a video and he's following me and I'm following him, my posts are going to show up higher in his feed than if we're not DMing. Does that make sense to everyone? So like whether or not, like as Ed just said, like before, Instagram 1.0 back in, 2017, it was like you have to have at least 5 stories every single day. You have to have one post. You have this, that, on all of these things, right? I would say today that doesn't necessarily matter as much. But one thing is that I do know is if I'm sending video DMs back and forth to Ed, and I was with Ed last week, now my feed is showing up all Ed Stulak, right? Because we've been DMing.
The thing I would say is with any of the algorithms, connection like fosters engagement. So like when the algorithm, when the software sees that you're interacting with certain people, it's going to show that, and it's going to show that to those people more and more because they know that they're interested. If they're having direct conversations with you, they're likely interested in what you have to say and what you're doing.
Bob,
so yeah,
your studio looks great today.
It's not mine. I'm in Connie Carlson's office, but it does look great. She has a terrific setup. So
I just want to give you a hard time because I knew you weren't home.
But if you're having those conversations with people, the algorithm thinks like, oh, these people are friends. They want to know what's going on in each other's lives. So they're going to put your shit in front of people on the feed.
Definitely. Rebecca, you've got your hand up. What do you got?
Okay, so can we talk about like why this is so uncomfortable for some people? Because I know this is probably kind of a limiting belief. What's the difference between sending a DM and going knocking on somebody's door? Maybe this doesn't happen with the guys so much, but for the ladies, I know we often get really weird DMs from people. And so, for me, I'm like, do I really want to just be randomly DMing people that may take it the wrong way and not take it as it being like a business type of thing or just like a totally platonic connection versus if you're like knocking on somebody's door, like that's clearly, I'm not here to ask you on a date. Like I'm here to talk about business. So how do we get around that limiting belief?
I have a theory I would like to share.
I was about to say, I'm not a female.
Bob, do you want to mansplain this to us?
Okay,
let's go.
Well, this actually is kind of mansplaining, so I apologize on the front end.
Wonderful.
But when you spend the better part of a decade getting rejected by women, it's way easier to send these DMs because you're not afraid of rejection at all. So that is my theory.
That's your theory. Okay.
Yes, to why men are very comfortable doing this.
So Rebecca, I mean, I think that my 2 cents would be like, I wouldn't just like as randomly as Ed did go through, right? I would try to connect with business owners, right? I would try to connect with maybe female business owners and go from there. An example I could give you is when we started doing neighborhood spotlights for our, sorry, just chat distracted me. Thank you, Heather, for that. I appreciate you. When we started doing neighborhood spotlights for YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, initially I reached out to all the business owners that I knew and started there, right? And so I contacted all of the people in my farm and said, hey, Rebecca, we're starting this new series. I would love to feature you. Hey, Amber, we're starting this new series. I would love to feature you, right? And like those were my video DMs to people that I already knew, right? Finding them on social, digging in deeper with them. And again, like when you're sending those DMs and you're having those conversations, you are going to show higher in their feed, right? And kind of go from there. So I would be more intentional with it from the beginning. If this is something that you're doing to look to grow deeper in your local market, where are you? What's your city?
I'm in the Seattle Tacoma area.
Okay. So, but like, do you have a neighborhood in Seattle that you live in or work in mainly?
Yes.
So I would start in that neighborhood, right? And go out from there, right? So I wouldn't just be like super random, like, let me pick 5 people. I would be like, here are the 5 people that I want to connect with, right? Or that you already know. Hey, Rebecca, I can't believe I wasn't already following you on social, but I just followed you. So happy to connect with you, blah, 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 whatever. Does that feel slightly less uncomfortable than going random?
Absolutely. And I think definitely like focusing maybe more on those female connections will also help. And then it can kind of expand from there, at least just getting over that initial hump.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. I'm glad that you said it, Katie. You said it better than I was thinking it, but being more intentional with the people that you reach out to. Again, I always give the example of you don't want to engage with the 13-year-old, like playing video game, not your criteria to engage with. Same thing. If it seems like someone that is not exactly someone you want to connect with, don't even bother doing this with them. If it's a boss lady, which I know there's so many nowadays, like you want to connect with them. And if they're in your area, hell yeah, why not? Reach out to them. And I'm sure that they're going to love that message back. I don't know. It's just something very intentional. Again, I like how Katie mentioned it.
So the chat is going off right now. I'm going to try to bring this all back together. So Heather brought up the subject of inappropriate DMs, that sometimes people receive those. I like the inappropriate texts. Those crack me up. I'm like, you're not even trying to, be creepy, right? Via DM, you're just going straight to my work phone. So thank you for that. But Taylor saying that like she doesn't open up photos or DMs from people that she doesn't know. And so one thing, when you're sending it in Instagram, and I've talked about this before, and you record directly in Instagram, it shows up as photo or video and you have to click on it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? You have to click on the photo or video. But if you record natively on your phone, right? And I say, hey, Krista, what's going on? Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Thanks so much for hopping on the call. I know you have a listing appointment later. Hope you crush it. Like, have a great day. And then I click on the little photo instead of the camera, the photo in Instagram, and send it that way. Then she's going to see my face. You know how Ed said he starts out his videos like this, or he starts out his videos waving or whatever it may be. See how his picture is there, right? That's where you want to send it, so that your picture shows up and people know it's not creepy.
Yeah,
right?
correct. Right. I'm glad you mentioned that too. It's again the initial photo. So this is reason why I started off like this, with my face, a smiling thumb, peace sign, whatever. Hi. I also add in their name. So I also text it out, say, hey, Stephanie, hey, Jacob, right? Something of that sort to catch their attention, to make it a little bit more personal too. Ray?
Right. You're muted. So in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's a mute button. Yeah, there you go.
I have 2 mute buttons. Whenever you talked about this at the Reverb conference, I took it and started doing this here locally. I've been getting footage from restaurants and stuff whenever I go out to eat. But one of the questions I've been asking servers or people that are there is, who runs your social media? And then they'll usually give me a person's name, like they're my social media girl, or, sometimes it's the owner, but they'll tell me the name. And so when I am sending the video message, I say their name in it. And a couple of times it was like, whoa, you knew who I was type of message back. And it puts that conversation at a different starting point than it would have if it was just random. So that's been really working for me lately. So thanks for all the tips. But like this last one, it's a pretty big brewery locally, and they're kind of tough to collab with or to get in touch with because they're so busy. So I sent a video message to her and said, hey, Cassie, just wanted to, and instant response. So that's been working well.
One thing that I used to do with BombBomb was I would write their name on a Post-it note on my hand, or do the whiteboard. Ray, I think you do that, of like, hey, Ray, and you're holding it up where it says, hey, Ray. So they see their name, like, well, now I have to click on it because clearly like she made this video, directly for me. Right. Couple of things. Krista starts with businesses that she knows. Ed, do you follow the account when you're trying to connect with them?
I saw that question. Not all accounts. All depends on the specific account. If I truly want to engage with them, if the conversation even starts, I send out that video to a lot of people, and sometimes I don't get a response back at all. So no follow for you. But if I do engage with someone and they seem like a legitimate conversation, they seem nice, of course I'm going to go ahead and follow him, follow her, chat with them, and kind of have that conversation going, because I do want to see their posts. I want to be on top of their stuff. So now it's not just a comment and a like here and there. Also, what I do, sometimes I'll follow them. And going off of this subject here for a second, I'm also every other week, every other Friday, I have it in my calendar. You might notice it's sorry for the blurriness. It says follow farming FU. And no, it does not the FU you think. FU stands for follow up. That's just my shortcut. Okay. Rebecca's laughing. I don't know if it's at me or something else. Follow up with these follow farming people that I've connected with. And then in there, I will actually write out their username. I'll write out what we discussed last time, like a little bit of a CRM for myself, but I'll have that in my calendar every other Friday. Just to comment, just to like, just to leave something. Maybe I missed their recent 3 posts, right? And that'll kind of remind me, hey, dude, go back in there, like their stuff, follow up with them. So,
couple of notes on that. So I use the general email or general DM inbox on my phone, and I'll move different businesses to the general inbox in order to ensure that I continue to follow up with them. So if I need to recircle back to them, that's how I do that. And then if you're using the Meta Creator Studio on your computer, you can actually give different color flags for different, categories of people, right? And so if one of them were local businesses that you're trying to connect with, if one of them were other agents in other markets that you're looking to do agent-to-agent referrals with, and things like that, you can flag them with different colors. Chad made a good point in the chat. He often starts the conversation within the comments. So that way, when he's sending a DM, then it isn't as cold, right? One of the things that we always talk about is we want to leave meaningful comments that engage people in conversation. So if you're doing that and they're doing that and you're having a little bit of back and forth, you then can go and, comment. Jana made the same or a similar comment that complimenting something they've posted or their message. I loved your post about blank. Had to reach out and keep say, and say, hey, keep doing what you're doing. This was answered in the chat, Ed, but I'd love to hear your 2 cents. So Terry said in her area, there's a lot of businesses that don't use hashtags, right? Or people aren't using hashtags in the areas. So Rebecca made the comment of searching by location instead of hashtag. I know the search bar now on Instagram's a lot more robust than it used to be. You could only search hashtags. What else would you suggest maybe other than searching by location, or is that it?
The local businesses. So if let's use that local bakery as an example again, they might have 50 followers, and those 50 followers are more than likely in that area, more than likely. Colleagues, supporters, fans, workers, employees, local fans, I don't know, local people, right? No, there's no reason for someone from Thailand to be following that account. There's no reason for someone in China or, I don't know, California to be liking that comment or liking that account, following that account, unless it's a family member. Very low chances of that. So I'll take that mindset and I'll go and engage with their followers. Their followers also might be local, and I'll do the same thing, and I'll judge their followers. I'll kind of just go down the line and tap on this account, check them out. Oh, that's someone I want to talk to. Check the next one account, and that's not someone I want to chat with. It looks like a fake account, looks like a spam account, right? So that's another way you can go about it. If it's not hashtags, try accounts. If it's not accounts, you can try locations, just a few different ways. Oh, another one. Oh, I love this one. So New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey. Send your referrals. Thanks. NJ.com. Okay. NJ.com is all New Jersey based. This is a New Jersey account. Anything to do with New Jersey, they have 362,000 followers. These are people that I also engage with, but I also keep an eye on all the pictures that they post because the people that are commenting in there are from New Jersey. And I go and engage with them too. So if you can, find your local accounts too, like that. Maybe some publications, news articles, things of that sort,
I like it. Bob, just so you know, my name isn't Catherine, it's Caitlin. So if you're going to try to go formal, please use Caitlin, not Catherine. Kim's asking, how many accounts are you connecting with? Do you designate a certain amount of time per day to this? I think you kind of answered that with your follow farming follow up, but what about initial follow farming? Do you also have that time blocked, Ed?
Yeah, I'm very bad at time blocking. It's really more so in the moment, but I consider it prospecting. So very similar to those that might be cold calling, door knocking, following up with your clients, current deals, things of that sort. Throw it in there. I do it for 20 minutes a day. I'll do it for 5 minutes a day. I'll do it for an hour a day. All depends on how much you want to put into it.
So one thing that I do, Jason can probably comment on this as well, is I'll do like the broke agent kind of get on Instagram and DM and comment and respond to comments and respond to DMs for about 10 to 15 minutes before I post. And then I post, and then I continue to respond to comments and DMs for about 15 minutes after. One thing that you can do too is when you open up Instagram, you see all the stories in the top, right? You can just respond to people's stories, right? And that will generally garner DMs back as well. So that's something that I do prior to posting. Virginia's asking, if you're new to Instagram, should you start with a personal or team account? I think that it should be a personal account, is my 2 cents. You're going to see way more connection with people based on you, not, the team. Most team accounts, Ed's included, is like just listed, just sold. Like, here's a couple people doing things, here's a couple videos, but like Ed's personal account is Ed, right? And people, I guess most people would rather follow Ed than Ed's team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's absolutely true. Personal is always best. I noticed another comment, Heather. You said, how much business am I actually getting from these efforts? I'm going back to one of my recent results. This is a DM conversation that I had. Again, not
we can't
sure.
really see your screen when you put it up on the
I'm sorry. I'm trying. Anyway, just to show a little bit, this was a video message that I sent. Okay. This was February 23rd at 5:05 p.m. I sent her a message very similar to that, what you guys saw before. Hey, my name is Ed from local to local. Anything I can ever do for you? Okay. Her response was, haha, thanks. Still at work. Impressed by your following. I have not posted anything in weeks, just not been in the mood. We have been looking at places in NJ, but not sure when we will be ready to buy. That was it. I never said anything about real estate or anything of that sort, but that was her response to my video message of me introducing myself and saying, hi, if there's anything I can ever do, I'm here. And that's what she said. Then approximately a week or two later, she says, hi, I found a house and I want to see it today. That was the next thing. Long story short, she's now an $850,000 pre-approved buyer. And that happened through that. So does it work? It does. I can tell you several other stories, but that's the most recent story, just to show you that it's still relevant. It still does work. I've sold several houses now because of that. And my biggest project because of it is a 180 unit building that I picked up from an Instagram DM as well. So there's a whole article that I have on that. I would be happy to share it with you just to kind of dive into that too. But in terms of success stories, I have a few. So it does work.
I like it. And I think when you're talking about connecting with your past clients, when you're connecting with your sphere, when you're connecting with other people and doing this, that's also going to lead to more referrals and conversations about real estate and things like that, right? So
that's all that it is, though. It's just conversation starters, whatever that might be. We bump into someone at the grocery store or at a restaurant, overhearing them talk real estate. We kind of interject and say, oh, have you heard about the market lately? Like, it's just a conversation. So why not have it online? I just sent over the link to that article, Jana. Sorry. But yeah, any other questions, thoughts, concerns?
What else do y'all have on Instagram? Ed is a wealth of knowledge on Instagram.
You're just saying that.
I am.
Thanks.
No one has any questions.
Everyone knows Instagram, Caitlin. I think we're all good now.
Okay,
I have a
Edwin.
question.
Wonderful, Courtney. Thank you for that. What do you got?
So we were talking about getting caught up in the algorithm and posting how many times and so forth. I got real dumb with it, like I Google what times are working, and it actually worked for a little bit. Like I started getting a bunch of followers, but they're all in China and they all have like they're not who would buy from me. Yeah. So I kind of got away from that. And I guess my point is are you that specific about when you post? Do you worry about the time? Do you worry about the day? Or have you completely abandoned all that? You just throw it out there and let it go? That's what I've been doing. And I've been growing slowly, but still growing. Is that your strategy now? Or are you getting super technical with it like you were before?
6 years ago, I was technical. I was a little cautious with what I post, when I post it. Today, it's changed up a little bit due to the constant. The Instagram is notorious for changing their algorithmic systems and the back end. It's just too much for us to all keep up with it. We're busy selling real estate. Like, focus on that. Don't make social media a job. It shouldn't feel like one, for sure. It should feel more so of a side thing that you do along with your brand awareness that you're trying to portray out there. So don't overthink it when it comes to content. If you're going to post yourself in exactly that shirt with the Rode mic and the blue wire and the cool background, I love the artwork that you have behind it. Like, just post something. Talk about the current market. Talk about your location. Talk about 3 reasons why people do everything that resonates with your brand and your business. don't worry about what time to post exactly. Where are you from, Courtney?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Okay, so Vegas. So if you're going to be posting something and you want your local following, local people to be aware of the stuff, maybe don't post it at 3 a.m., even though I know Vegas is up 24/7, but maybe you want to post it around, 3 p.m. or 5 p.m., 8 p.m. when things start to kind of dwindle down. That's, so think about it in that sense a little bit.
Sure.
But other than that, just post the stuff that resonates with you. Don't overthink that too much, because you're never going to post in that case. It's going to portray or it's going to hold you back.
For sure.
I would
Thank you.
also look to see like when it works best for your schedule. So like for me, if I don't post before 8 a.m., it doesn't normally get done, because then the day starts and things are going crazy, right? So like when I look at my analytics of when people are on, there's a little bit of variation throughout the day, right?
Mhm.
But I normally try to post before 8 a.m. Ed, any alternatives for Miami or other cities, right, that are difficult for tags? I would say searching the location. Do you have any other thoughts?
The towns that are around, the cities that are around. I don't know. Fort Lauderdale is around there, so maybe doing Fort Lauderdale FL. Maybe there's smaller towns. I know for a fact that there are going to be smaller towns where you're not going to really be engaging with touristy people, because Miami, hashtag Miami FL, hashtag NYC, these are bigger areas. So maybe search the towns that are around that are a little bit smaller and not so heard of. Try that.
Virginia serves a broad geographical area. Northern Virginia is across multiple cities and counties. Should she focus hyper-local?
I think your answer is going to be yes. Mine would be
Yes. Also yes.
also yes.
Engagement before or after a post. I normally do like the 10 minutes before, 10 to 15 minutes before, and 10 to 15 minutes after. It's just like kind of my morning routine. Ed, do you engage at all prior to posting when you post?
Prior, I haven't found too much time to do so prior, only after. So I do allow myself some time, like today, for example. I have a lot of admin work from my home. This is my home office. This is where I'm going to be all day. So I have at least 2 or 3 hours before my next appointment where I'm going to be just diving into DMs that I've missed, posts that I can comment and respond back to. And that's not just Instagram, that's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's everything else that falls under the sun of the social media world. But I do dedicate a little bit of time to that. The last post that I posted was this morning. I haven't really commented on the comments just yet, so I'm going to do so now. Again, I work based off of my system. I'm very all over the place, but I find it more important to engage post and to your comments. Definitely engage. Oh, please engage with the comments that you get. So many people miss out on that. Don't do that. So what time works best for you? 12 p.m. so you can catch them on break, 2 a.m. so you can catch them when they wake up. I mean, something like that. All depends on where your following that you're trying to attract is. So I don't know. I find it best to post in the morning, also towards the later evening, let's say around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. That's kind of been the best for me. Could be different for everyone else, though. I don't know. If we're talking TikTok, I found it amazing to post at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 12 a.m. Why? I don't know. That's just been the best thing for me. So all depends on the platform, too.
All right. Anyone else have questions, comments, thoughts? Jason Cassidy, are you just... Jason Cassidy wants to know if the DM strategy also works on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good question. So I don't do it on TikTok, but here's what I do. Here's what I do. On TikTok, if I see someone commenting or following me or liking my stuff on TikTok, I will surprise them with a message on Instagram. And now they're commenting on my stuff on one platform, but then they go to another one and they see me again. And they're like, oh, whoa, you're that guy I just saw on the other platform. Now you're here. That's sick. No one does that. Take that away. If you're going to take anything away from today, take that away. I don't do TikTok for just the likes and the engagement. I do it as a funnel to funnel people down to my Instagram account. That's literally why I'm on TikTok. TikTok is such a busy road right now. I'm posting as much as I possibly can to get those followers to Instagram. But that is a strategy that I do. I haven't seen anyone else do that. Is TikTok, I message them or I engage with their stuff on Instagram. And then they go and they're surprised. It's just a higher conversion because they're shocked. They're like, wow, how did you find my stuff? So yeah.
I like it.
I like you.
I like you too. So I think one of the other things too is if you are doing this or planning on doing this, you should probably also have content on your page, right? You should also have stories on your page and regular things that you are putting onto your social media outside of just these comments and DMs, right? So make sure that you have content to post on your page as well. Hey, the music, Ray. No. Pass.
Why'd you
I
stop?
wasn't asking for Bob and Ed's music. It was music for me and Ed, Ray.
Do we have a song? We have to have a song. Oh man.
I feel like it would be.
Do we have a song?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll work on something.
Is it Q as in C-U-E or Q as in Q-U-E-U-E? I think Taylor's right.
That's a good conversation. We should have that conversation for the next 8 minutes. C or Q? Why?
I think it's Q. Q-U-E-U-E.
Cue the music.
Oh, now there's Q-U-E-U.
Because it's well, I guess it could be taken another way. Like we're putting the music in a line, right? Or is it you're queuing it up?
It's K-E-W.
Did you say cue it up?
Yeah. What do you got? No. We're muting you again. Ray, swing and a miss.
Everyone
Ray.
started dancing and you
I know.
muted
I
it.
love
It was
Ray.
really just Bob. What this call is just completely gone to shit. But what
so.
are you planning on talking about tomorrow, Ray?
I haven't even checked my text message. We've been texting about it this morning. We may be talking about podcasting, but we can't decide if that's going to be one that a lot of people are going to be interested in, or if it's just like a meh amount of interest.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be it'll be unforgettable, whatever it is.
Okay.
Expert analysis on some kind of topic that's extremely useful to the most number
Yeah,
of
I mean,
people.
I was trying to queue you up for tomorrow, but another
No, it'll be
miss.
good. I would say it's a topic that you're not going to want to miss. Actually, the days that we have that, it's pretty good. So
What? No plan?
you should drop by. Yeah.
Days you
The
have no
days that
plan?
we've had no plan, we've gotten to so many deep discussions that people are like, oh my God, these takeaways. And then
Yeah.
Tim and I are like, why do we even make a plan?
Well,
It's group
Neither
thank
of you.
y'all.
neither of you responded to my message when I asked you what the plan was. So
I don't think it's because neither of us at the time knew. We have the next couple of weeks planned out, but tomorrow was a blank spot that we usually fill out with a rousing discussion among the mastermind group. These masterminds are nothing without the people showing up and having discussions. So that's a key.
so
key part
10
of it.
a.m. Central tomorrow.
Yeah. An unforgettable mastermind tomorrow at 10 a.m.
A forgettable mastermind at 10 a.m. Honestly, it could be an entire call on the things that we don't like about Tim Macy. That could be the call tomorrow.
It usually takes up a majority of the time.
Yeah. Sharon wants to know
both
how
Tim
the
and
blue
I have had
bubbles are-
failed podcasts, so that would be a good topic, is what not to do on those. So
Yeah.
that may be a good
The
topic.
top 44 mistakes in running a podcast.
Yeah, we got that at easy.
I don't know if you saw in the chat, Matt Patullo, Sharon in Miami, Florida wants to know how the blue bubbles are treating you.
Oh, still with this? Really?
It's impacting so much. He made his whole
screen
office
is
blue.
The
That's
whole
fast.
screen is blue.
Yeah, I've just doubled down on the blue since everybody's just been talking about it. That's just kind of my whole branding thing. I play Eiffel 65 on blue as I go down the street while I'm texting people on my iPhone. I have my car has those underlights that are blue too. Just going crazy with the blue.
So it's treating you well, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Oh, my business that's absolutely exploded. So thanks.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey.
the party started.
I would say, hold on. Spotlight. Hey, friends.
Hi, guys. I got my sister here too. This is Tracy.
This is Tracy.
And
Hi,
this is,
Tracy.
these are our weekly masterminds.
Awesome.
We're ready for Atlanta launch.
If you guys are anywhere near Atlanta and don't have a ticket to Atlanta launch, tomorrow is the day.
Yeah, and found out this morning that Tamir will be here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, the problem is we have such a full lineup. I don't know how he's going to talk about anything.
Oh, he might not have to talk.
Yeah, he's going to facilitate a panel.
Put him on a panel.
Yeah, he's going to be on a panel. Oh, he could be on the Teams of the Future panel. That's a great idea. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, guys.
No, thanks for hopping on.
That is perfect.
He's going to facilitate Teams of the Future.
Let me unspotlight Bob. All right, y'all.
Put Tamir on a panel.
If anyone wants to connect furthermore, Instagram, message me, DM me, send me a video back or something, and let's chat.
Super duper. All right, y'all. I think that's all we've got for today.
All right. Hey, this is best call of the year. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for all the side text and group chats that we had going. This was a great call.
I'm so curious to hear about them.
No, this is fantastic.
I'm pretty sure everything that has been said in the chat. So
yeah,
the chat today, I am very proud of y'all. Thank you for keeping the chat going. It's very much appreciated.
Epic. Awesome. You guys are cool. Thank you.
Bye, guys.